I hope I have my entire team's attention. I told y'all, if you wanted to be a member of the Team of Destiny, that the expectations are different. Well, maybe for a normal fantasy football team, being in second place in the league would be a good thing. Not for the Team of Destiny. For us, the expectations are sky high. People, they expect only perfection from yours truly. And if you're on my fantasy football team, you're an extension of me. So when you disappoint, when you have us losing against Badake, a team that hadn't won a single game all year, there will be changes. I will be making trades this week. And honestly, I already hit Nathan's DMs. I went on a little site called flockfantasy.com when, Nathan has Derrick Henry ranked behind Cam Scadaboo. Well, let's offer Cam. But we're cooking some stuff up. We're making changes here. And honestly, I hope I have everybody on my team's attention when I say this, because if you want to be a part of greatness, expectations are perfection, and we don't accept anything else because nobody accepts anything else from us.
Eyeball emoji.
What?
Trade in Flock League. Tell me what you think.
Why do they do this while we're live? Every time they do this while we're live. You made the trade. What is he doing? Dude, that's a great trade for you.
Pretty happy about it.
What is their deal? I don't understand the disconnect here. I'm just gonna tell them the trade. So Nathan just traded Quinshawn in the Flock League, which is crazy. You actually probably shouldn't have done that for the brand, but whatever. But he traded Quinshawn straight up for Cam Scadaboo in the Flock League. I don't know why people don't prefer Scadaboo. Mason said he had to change the locker room. Mason, okay, I need, why do people not like Scadaboo? Scadaboo is very productive. I'm curious, but like, we're so much higher on Scadaboo than everybody else, but why? He's just scoring so many points.
I can't lie. Ceiling's higher.
It absolutely is.
I kicked the can down the road with the bye week as well, because Juddy had a bye in week 9, week from now.
Yeah.
And Scat doesn't have his until week 14.
Welcome to the Team of Destiny, Quinshawn Judkins. I need you to know that we only accept perfection. Second place in this league is not good enough. Everybody expects us number 1, and anything worse will be punished.
And we got some action in the Flock League. And full transparency, I was negotiating with Nathan to try and acquire Quinshawn Judkins what feels like these last 2 to 3 weeks. I thought we had a deal done. You guys would see the trade call. Nathan had mentioned that 48 to 72 hours, once he sees the status of Garrett Wilson, we had a deal on the table. I end up going to my brother's. He finally moves into his new place. I end up going, bring him a housewarming present. We're chilling there. We're having espressos, trying to catch up. And I see a notification on my phone from the Flock League. And I notice, I click into it. Quinshawn Judkins for Cam Scadaboo. I felt heartbroken, straight up. I just felt I had a better offer on the table. Now I'm struggling. Okay, what am I going to do at running back? I can't trust Kenneth Walker to be my running back 2 moving forward. I'm sick and tired. I'm done with this bullshit. Ken, you got to figure it out. Hey, listen, Mason, you need wide receivers. I need running backs. I have interest in Quinshawn Judkins, and I know Rome Odunze would be the wide receiver 1 on your team. Let's talk business. Let's talk, because I know you need wide receivers. Now that you know that I was potentially offering Rome Odunze, I think this is the fit.
Yeah, that's what I need. My wide receiver 1's DK Metcalf, and you're currently starting Kenneth Walker every week.
That's why I reached out. I'm like, realistically, we are rivals, but we are perfect trade partners here.
So I'm trying to figure out, because I would agree with you, right? I have them ranked essentially back to back. I have Judkins 2 spots higher, but in reality,
yeah,
they're identical value for me. But I understand if most people on the site have it ranked Rome over Judkins, there's no reason for you to do the 1-for-1 swap, just because that's where I have them in my rankings. Could we be on the same page that, while regardless of my personal values, I kind of, like I said, have Judkins and Rome the same? I think we can say consensus values have Rome over Judkins. But would you agree that values would have Judkins and one of those wide receiver 2s, whether it's Metcalf, Higgins, Diggs, over Rome as a package?
Yeah, I would say so. It's enough of a bridge to gap that I would probably need to throw something slighter back.
Kenneth Walker is currently RB 32. I think if he's scored, the last time he scored more than 12 points was week 3. But if Zach Charbonnet were to go down, he could be a league winner. He's like the most premium of premium handcuff running backs.
And that's how I view him right now. Personally, the issue is that even if I make a trade, he's probably the only dependable depth running back that I would have.
Is they're a fab number that bridges the gap between Judkins and Rome.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't even know if I would do it if you offered the whole budget.
So is there you don't see any trade involving Quinshon plus one of the receivers for Rome outside of you giving Bam Knight, Tootin, or Spears?
Probably not. I could probably add Fab to one of them because it sounds like you value it more than me.
Which, I mean, I already have the most Fab in the league. I don't having another $20 doesn't matter, you know? Yeah. What would you think about Judkins plus the receiver for Rome, Walker as the handcuff back, and then I throw in Fab?
I think I can throw Walker if you make it Higgins instead of Diggs.
Mind if I sleep on it?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I mean, we're talking on a Tuesday right now. I'm just terrified because the last time I heard that, the player I wanted got turned around and traded 5 hours later.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know right now, I am leaning towards declining, but
like, what are you looking at in terms of a potential deal then? Because like, I believe the 2 for 2 is fair, but if you're apprehensive, I'm cool to talk different structure.
Realistically, I think I would do Diggs. I think Diggs with May is going to obviously dramatically outscore Kenneth Walker. I believe that Rome will start outscoring Quinshon Judkins. He hasn't done it so far this season.
It's just like, I don't view Diggs to Walker as an upgrade, so I don't view that as actually a better deal than even Judkins plus Fab. I mean, I guess the last area we can look is, would you do Judkins in your budget for Rome?
I don't think I would do everything because I like having a few dollars left over to just stream defenses.
So how much left over are we talking? Like $10? Because I can do that.
I would do 41, which would put you with more Fab than anyone other than Nick, the editor.
So I was at 71. You were at 41. Can we meet in the middle at 56?
Instead of leaving me $5 a week, I'll do $4 a week. So instead of 41, just call it 50.
I think I can do the $50 in Judkins if you want to make that deal.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll send it over right now.
Sounds good, brother. Hey, pleasure doing business.
Pleasure doing business.
Yeah. Maybe people are going to come through and say, oh, Mason, you got robbed. You traded Cam Scadaboo and some Fab for Rome Odunze, and Scadaboo's better than Rome at this point. In my mind, I'm taking a lot of risk off the table, right? With Scat, he's a torpedo. He uses his head as a weapon. I had brain surgery when I was little. I know, you got to protect the noggin. All right. Always made me a little uncomfortable seeing how he goes through and how he plays the game. Second thing is, I played Nathan week 14, and Cam Scadaboo has a bye in week 14. I was going to be at 90% strength. Nathan was going to be at 100% strength. And what I just did is I made it where now I'm 100% strength. Nathan's 90%. And we can move to an all-time record of 4-0 against the Young Buck. I think we take a lot of risk off. Maybe we overpay. We upgrade a positional weakness of ours, and we make Nathan's team a little bit worse when we get to play him in week 14. So I'll take it.
All right, Danny, we both know that I want to move Dak and you want Dak, because this is a trade that makes way too much sense for both of us. You get to watch your boy every Sunday. You have CeeDee Lamb. I don't need Dak Prescott now because Lamar Jackson is coming off of his bye week. Let's get something done here for Dak Prescott.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it, full transparency. I know how the quarterback market in this league works.
So my thought process is this. You just traded for Quinshon Judkins. You and I both probably had the worst running back twos in the league. Before that trade, but now that you have Judkins, everybody gets knocked down a peg. Judkins is your RB1, Warren's your RB2, Walker's your RB3. So of Warren and Walker, my preference to trade for would actually be Walker. In a vacuum, this were a regular league, Dak for Walker is probably a fair deal. So how would you feel about if I gave you Josh Downs and Dak Prescott for Caleb Williams and Kenneth Walker?
I understand the principle of it, but like Josh Downs, I want to be so excited of coming into the year. But we're just looking at the fact that he hasn't eclipsed over 65% of the snaps at any point.
Maybe Downs is not the right asset to move in this deal just because I do still value him, I think, more than most other people do. This is my final offer here. I give you Pacheco, who again, you can go look at the usage. He's been above 60% of the snaps in 3 straight games. Obviously, I'm giving you Dak. You give me Caleb, the 1 week rental, Walker, the guy that I'm after, and throw me $5 in Fab because I'm at 0 and I've been at 0 for a couple of weeks.
I guess if I deal Walker, I kind of get off the bye this week. I do play Avery, already an underdog in the matchup.
I'll put your feet to the fire here. This is my best offer. This is the absolute best I can do. I cannot do anything better than this because in my mind, Dak Prescott is way more valuable than this. It's just that in this league, he's not.
I think I can do it. I don't feel great about it because I know how bad quarterback valuations are around the league, but Dak is an upgrade over Caleb. I do have the stack equity with CeeDee Lamb. And realistically, if I'm going to win this league, it's going to be on the back of Dak and Lamb combining and going bonkers in the fantasy playoffs. So,
all right, let's do it. Let's shake.
Pleasure. And it feels gross admitting this out loud, but I traded for Isaiah Pacheco. And now hear me. Don't kill me in the comments. I understand. Isaiah Pacheco is about as gross as it gets at running back, but just listen to me, right? Dak over Caleb, major upgrade. And quietly, I actually do think Isaiah Pacheco might be a buy low. I do think this makes my team materialistically better after these trades. And ultimately, I'll say it like this. Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze. If you guys wanted to stick on Team Lad, you should have done better. 10 combined points when I had to watch DeAndre Swift score 20 points on the other side for Team Dev. It's clear to me you wanted out, so I'll let you out. You're gone. Ken Walker, 6.6 points on 17 touches. You're gone. We're in with the new. We're out with the old.
I cannot believe that Bush, who essentially at this point has been married to Isaiah Pacheco in this league for years, goes out of his way and he ends up trading his guy, Isaiah Pacheco, for Kenneth Walker. My friend, I don't know if you've heard, but Pacheco's actually better than Kenneth Walker now. You finally waited for Pacheco to have any type of relevance just to send him to downgrade running back? Interesting move. But I'm hoping that when I play you in week 10, you have Kenneth Walker in your starting lineup.
Oh boy, the boys are trading. They're wheeling and dealing in the flock league again. 3 trades in the past 20 hours. I wake up to, oh my God, everybody wants to trade. One deal does. The dominoes fall. Everybody gets excited. Trade. Let's break it down. Mason and Nathan have a deal. Cam Scatterboo for Quinshon Judkins. Overall, like the fact that Nathan took Judkins pretty early in the 5th round when it wasn't even known if he was going to play, it now works out to look pretty good for him. The fact that he deals him is kind of funny, but I think it's fine. Like, look, Judkins just had a 3-touchdown game. I think you probably could have maybe sold a little bit higher than a Cam Scatterboo, but that's okay because we know the Browns stink. They're a bottom 3 offense, bottom 3 in yards and total points. Just a week before this past game, Judkins was taken off the field almost the entire game, and you don't want that type of unreliability, like not reliable in the fantasy playoffs when you're trying to get into the playoffs. A guy that you don't know if he's going to go out there and score 20 or if he's going to go out there and get taken off the field and score literally 3 points. This is where things get extremely interesting. You see Mason acquires Rome Odunze for Quinshon Judkins. Now this is by far the best move I've seen maybe all season long, and it happens to be Mason getting the wide receiver. Danny gave up way too much here. I get it. Danny has the 2 stud wide receivers whenever Puka comes back from injury and all this. I think Danny did not get nearly enough in this deal at all, like not even close. Mason kind of just wheeled his deal. He basically turned, if you think about it this way, Mason in the matter of 2 hours turned Cam Scatterboo into Rome Odunze. I mean, maybe I'm the crazy one. I don't know. Then there was another deal that went down. I mean, it's just a bunch of like somewhat even moves here, but Mason's easily the biggest winner.
All right, a few trades go down in the flock league. Not much to say here. Everybody's kind of just helping each other. Danny makes the Puka Nacua trade and then goes crazy about how he has the best wide receiver trio in the league and everybody's talking about it, and then he just disassembles it immediately.
To be honest, I know why every single one of the viewers are here watching this video right now, and that's because it's time for bear facts. Okay, the first bear fact is a swimming polar bear can jump 8 feet. I want you guys to think about that. I mean, basically Darnell Washington, but if Darnell Washington could jump more than double his height. Fact number 2, and I guess a lot of these facts go out to our brothers in Alaska. Polar bears, their stomach can hold up to 150 pounds of schmeat. I mean, I am not much heavier than 150 pounds.
Look, I could spend 3-4 minutes breaking down this trade between Bush and Danny. I actually did. And I was like, this is stupid. Danny gets a stack. Bush offloads the cheeks. Cool. I mean, I may as well just list off bear facts at this point.
You know, there is no loyalty these days. Where have all the loyal men gone? Nathan trading Judkins after all they've been through together. Bush, you thought he'd never meet another running back after Pacheco, and he goes and trades him. It's a shame. It's a shame.
So today I felt led to really just congratulate Mason on not being stupid with his team. I am the first to admit that Mason has a great team this year. I can't stand him. He drives me insane. He is wildly arrogant, but he does have one of the better teams in the league this year. But when you are consistently benching a startable running back every single week, you start to wonder, like, is Mason able to manage this team well enough to actually go on a run in the playoffs? Again, I will say better late than never. Ironically, it did take a loss to the worst team in the league for him to finally figure it out, but he got it done. So kudos to you, Mason. Kudos to you for no longer sending stupid Nick Chubb offers for Garrett Wilson, actually sending a fair deal, actually getting a fair deal done, and building a serious contender.
Sorry, I thought I was done making clips, but then I go to the clips channel and I see Sal just speaking nonsense. He's like, oh, Danny, you got ripped off by Mason. You know, Rome Odunze, second round pick moving forward. Quinshon Judkins maybe a 4th, top 50. What are we talking about here? I prefer Rome Odunze on face value, but acting like there's a 3-round discrepancy between them? Genuinely, what the f are you saying?
Yeah, this is my response to Danny Lad. In terms of having a 2 to 3 round difference on these players and what the f is Sal talking about? Yeah, I mean, I think Odunze is a top 20 player rest of the season. I think you're crazy if you're taking Quinshon Judkins in the 3rd or probably even 4th round. He's my 46th overall player, so barely in my top 50, like I said. And I mean, it doesn't surprise me that Danny and I have different values or just views on players in fantasy football this year. He's probably made like 7 trades this year, and arguably all of them I think he's lost. But I'll just say that I'm 6-1 with the most points in the league by over 100 points. Danny's on the verge of going 4-4 and missing the playoffs this week with the 3rd fewest points in the league. So you don't have to trust me, but the numbers are speaking for themselves.